Friends, and happy Monday night, one and all. It's the day before, the night before April 1. April 1 is tomorrow, April Fool's Day. My point being, don't believe anything. Don't believe anything you hear tomorrow. But we're going to tell you the truth tonight with a few songs, and by tomorrow it won't matter because everything you hear tomorrow will not be true. Of course, if you read social media, most of it's not true anyway. Glad to have you with us, guys. Welcome, one and all. We'd like to welcome our friends who are tuned in hither and yon and just heard from Verna Jordan and Miss Pat and Jill up in Charlotte, and glad to have them tuning in. We are on Facebook and are on YouTube, is my best guess. We've tried yet another thing to get sound on YouTube, and we're hoping it's going to work. Cherry, our little cone thing's not on the screen, is it? I didn't think about that. You know what I'm saying? Cherry,
Huh?
our cone, our cone's not on the screen, is it? I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it is.
We have a direction. We have an omnidirectional microphone that picks up the whole sound. So I plugged it. I duct taped it to a funnel out of Cherry's kitchen, and so this is the funnel, and this is the jury rigged. This is the country rigged version of a directional microphone tonight. Here's a song written by my friend Richard Lee. Sun is up, time's at hand. There's a stir across the land. So begins another day, life's highway. City streets, country roads, like a stream, people flow. Bread to win and tolls to pay, life's highway. There is hope at every turn, a bridge to build, a bridge to burn. Here's hoping you never go astray on life's highway. We were young, now we're old, passing through, then passing on, like the roses bloom, bloom and fade, life's highway. Step by step, round and round, never knowing where we're bound, from the cradle to the grave, life's highway. There is hope in every turn, a bridge to build, a bridge to burn. Here's hoping you never go astray, life's highway. Sun is up, time's at hand. There's a stir across the land. So begins another day, life's highway. There is hope in every turn, a bridge to build, a bridge to burn. Here's hoping you never go astray, life's highway. Here's hoping you never go astray, life's highway. Our friend Richard Lee wrote that song from Nashville, Tennessee. Of course, we knew him in Charleston a lot. The Charleston and Little Country and the Isle of Palms. Richard Lee, songwriter, also wrote a little song called Don't Know When I've Been So Blue. Don't know what's come over you. Don't it make your brown eyes blue? He wrote Life's Highway with a guy named Richard Murrah. Richard Murrah, and the big hit was Steve Wariner. Song one's over our shoulder there for a Monday night. How we doing over there, Mom?
As far as I can tell,
Are you listening to the
I'm trying, but I'm listening to 3 3 different sounds at one time.
Oh, I know.
In different.
My wife is listening to 3 different sounds at the same time at 3 different times. It's one's coming to her from here, one's coming from there, and the other was coming to her from my mouth. Anyway.
And they're all delaying.
And they're all on delay. Delay, 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 delay. Anyway. She does a wonderful job over there. Thank you, good wife. Thank you, good wife. Cheers, friends. Cheers. Well, the month of March has been interesting. We were hoping for a lot more rain today than we got, especially in upstate South Carolina, with all the wildfires there that are just blowing things away and burning up forests and neighborhoods. And we were hoping to have a lot more rain than we had. We only had a fraction of an inch here on the farm, but I'm hoping that we had a lot more than that upstate where the fires are. Anyway, say a prayer, friends, for our friends in a wildfire's path, no matter what state they're in, here in South Carolina, North Carolina, of course, still in other parts of the country too. All right. On that happy note, I'm going to do this song again. I've been doing it over and over at every gig. On Saturday, I planted my garden. My good daughter, who now lives closer to home, she decided to help me with the garden this year, and so on Friday I had set out 18 tomato plants, big ones, big boys, about that big, and on Saturday we set out 32 cucumber plants, 4 rows of sweet corn, silver cream, and 3 rows of cantaloupe, and 2 or 3 rows of straight necks yellow squash. So the rain that came yesterday and the rain that came this afternoon did it good. So let's hope it works out. I said that to say, here's a song written by folk singer-songwriter David Mallet. A lot of people recorded this, including Tommy Macomb and the Clancy Brothers. It's called The Garden Song. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless the seeds I sow. God will warm it from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds, picking stones, we're all made of dreams and bones. Feel the need to grow my own, 'cause the time is close at hand. Rain for grain, sun and rain, making my way in nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain to the music of the land. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless the seeds I sow. God will warm it from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Take it, Werner. Plant your rows straight and long, temper them with prayer and song. Mother Earth will keep you strong if you give her love and care. That old crow watching hungrily from his perch in yonder tree. In my garden I'm as free as that feathered old thief up there. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless the seeds I sow. God will warm it from below till the rain comes tumbling down. God will warm it from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Sherry, one of those books over there, why don't you look up a song called Circle Game? Well, first let me see if I got it here. From my buddy Werner, he likes that one. I might have it here because I thought about him the other day. Yeah, look up Circle Game, not the white book, one of the other two. Hey guys, glad to have you with us. Thanks for tuning in, and we'd like to remind you that we are going to Ireland in October. If you want to ride with us, it is with a folk group called the Folk Legacy Trio, and they are former members of the Kingston Trio and former members of the Limelighters, legendary folk singers. And if you want to go with us, let me know. We typically would go with 30 or 35 people, and we're sitting at about 30 now, to the best of my knowledge, and 28 or 30. And so we're getting close, and we're not going to close it out anytime soon, but we are getting pretty close. Thank you, Mom. How you doing over there?
Everybody seems to be okay, and I haven't heard anybody say anything
Right.
that's bad.
My buddy Verna Jordan loves this song and has sung it with us many times on this occasion and that down in Charleston, South Carolina. And I think he sang this at one of his daughter's weddings because it's one of those great songs, written, of course, by Joni Mitchell. The name of the song is Circle Game. So I'm doing this for Miss Pat and Verna Jordan, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Jill, for making sure they get tuned in. Thank you. Yesterday, a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar, was fearful when the sky was full of thunder, and tearful at the falling of the star. And the seasons, they go round and round, painted ponies go up and down. We're caught on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. Child moved 10 times around the season. She skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like, when you're older, must appease him, and promises of someday fill his dream. And the seasons, they go round and round, painted ponies go up and down. We're caught on a carousel of time. We can't go back, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round the circle game. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to car wheels and to town. And they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet to slow the circle. Seasons, they go round and round, painted ponies go up and down. We're caught on a carousel of time. We can't go back, we can only look behind from where we came, going round and round and round in a circle. The years spin by, now the child is 20. Dreams have lost some grandeur coming true. But there'll be new dreams, better, maybe better dreams and plenty, before the last revolving year turns through. And the seasons, They go round and round. Painted ponies go up and down. We're caught in a carousel of time. We can't go back. We can only look behind from where we came. Going round and round and round. Round and round and round. Round and round and round in the circle. Boy, if you don't like that one, you ain't paying attention. Or if you don't like that one, you ain't my age. And I'm almost as old as Vernon Jordan. He's old as dirt, and I'm old as mud. That's the way that works, isn't it? That's exactly how that works. Of course, I don't know which is older, mud or dirt, but who knows and who cares. But anyway.
You going to tell them about what T-shirt that is you have on?
Yes. This T-shirt I have on here is for the Panther Band. My son Joshua is the. Can they see it? I can't tell if I'm.
Yeah, you can see it
Yeah.
now.
My son Joshua is a high school marching band director in Lexington County at Batesburg-Leesville High School, and they sold these T-shirts for some reason, some fundraising, whatever it was. What was it, Cherry? Do you remember?
Oh, just to support the band.
To support the band, and my wife, she bought a bunch of them. She bought a bunch of them. What you gonna do? You know. Anyway, and my son Josh is a musician, plays numerous instruments, and we have done shows together. Not only he and myself and others, and he helped to run our music venue that we had in Charleston, Isle of Palms for a while, Ocean Song Cafe. He helped me to run that for a while when I was on the road, and we lost our manager. And I've also done, when he was running high school marching band in Wise County, Virginia, way up in the mountains, coal mining country. He put together and wrote charts for his entire band for me to play a guitar and sing and have the whole band back me up. And what a beautiful little thing that was.
It was what's the name?
The song Johnny Boy
Johnny
is the
Boy,
song we
yeah.
did, yeah.
It was beautiful.
But my son Josh is just a multi-talented young fella, and he's not so young now, and neither am I. But we're very proud of him and support him in a lot of different ways. And God bless anyone who has the nerve and the stamina to teach middle school and high school these days. God bless anyone who has the patience to do that. God bless our teachers. Holy cow. You know, they are doing God's work to help bring up our children and help make them into better people. And that's part of what the whole band thing is about. What else you got there, young lady? Cherry, anything new?
No.
I think Doug Ross and June are tuned in, I bet, aren't they? They may not have said anything. But I was on the text today with those guys up in Greenville, South Carolina, asking if they were okay with the upstate fires. And I might do another Richard Lee song. You know, I started the set tonight with a Richard Lee song called Life's Highway, and another song that he wrote I would like to do for my friend Doug Ross. Doug Ross, former sled agent, former this, former that, now retired, and living the life of Riley with a good wife in Greenville County, South Carolina. Here's to you, Doug. Cheers, cheers.
You saved me when I had my problem.
Yes, should I tell that story?
When I didn't pass.
Should I tell that story? Holy cow. My good wife was signing up to work for the state of South Carolina. And you know, her name is Cherry Red Brown. Red, his R-E-D-D, is her maiden name. And she applied, you know, for clearance to work in the school system for the University of South Carolina. And lo and behold, someone else with the same name, Cherry Red, showed up on the SLED search, and it was a person.
I didn't pass. pass.
My wife didn't pass because Cherry Red is a person who works at night on the street
In Greenville.
in Greenville County, South Carolina. Who works on the street at night, if you follow my drift. Anyway,
And has my birthday.
and they had the same birthday. Hello. And so we called this friend and that friend and called my buddy
Well,
uh,
Doug.
Doug Ross, and he looked into it and found out, well, by the way, there are two Cherry Reds, and one of them's a streetwalker and the other one's not.
And I was the former secretary of the church.
Yes, my wife was the secretary at the church when she was getting a state job. Turns out, streetwalkers don't work at the church, so it worked out good. But the bad news is I married a good wife instead of a streetwalker. That's the bad news anyway. But there'd be that. There'd be that.
You're in trouble now.
My wife said, "Your axe is cracked now." Anyway, how much fun is all of that?
No ice cream for you.
No ice cream tonight. Oh Lord help me. Lord help me. I'll have to go to the Circle K tonight for the ice cream. I was saying all of that to say for my great friend who's requested this song many times, Doug Ross in upstate South Carolina. There's a great song called Southern Man. Southern Man, cornerstone of Dixie, solid as a rock, honest as your day is long. Southern man, your kind is disappearing, but don't let your light go out, symbol of the South. Southern man, someday we'll meet on the southern side of heaven, for all that you need is a pair of calloused hands, where a friend is a friend, and if he ain't got no money, honey, we don't give a damn. Southern man, you rose from the ashes once you lost the war, but you never lost your pride. Southern man, like that old magnolia, don't let them cut you down, stand your hallowed ground. Southern man, someday we'll meet on the southern side of heaven, for all that you need is a pair of calloused hands, where a friend is a friend, and if he ain't got no money, frankly, we don't give a damn. Southern man, this world would turn you colder, but look away, oh look away. Southern man, look away, oh look away. Southern man, Southern man, many's the time have I sung that song for Arthur Ravenel himself, former governor, former senator. Rest easy, rest in peace, a fine Southern man, Arthur Ravenel. I've often sung that song for him too. over and over and over. Uh, because what a fine Southern man he was, of course, of course. My buddy Alan wants to hear Long Hard Road. Who knew?
I guess that was a request. That's just
It
what
is. It
said.
is. It's a song, from the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
Yeah, he didn't say.
You know who wrote it? Is Rodney Crowell. Rodney Crowell wrote it.
Oh,
See, here's the deal. Cherry, that's the guy that I played at the Nazarene Church for, and that we met at the over and over
yeah,
at the.
that's him?
His name is Roy here, but he's Alan is his name.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but here's the deal. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. I don't want to do it that out of tune. Sherry, here's the deal. I said, what song do I want to do tonight? And I thumbed through my book over there, and one of the first things that popped up was a song called The Long Hard Road. And boom, he's just requested The Long Hard Road. How is it that we're both on the same page? He's the guy that helped me with the Robert Hutto thing. Hello,
Yeah.
Alan. We're on the same page. Are you some kind of a mind reader? I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that. This is a great old song. It's called Long Hard Road, or Sharecropper's Dream, and it was written by Rodney Crowell. You know who Rodney Crowell is. Played with Emmylou Harris and all of that. Wrote all these other great songs, including Steve Madden's favorite song, Till I Can Gain Control Again. He wrote that one too for Roseanne Cash. But the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band had the hit on this, and I recorded this on one of my albums, which is probably why he requested it. It's called The Long Hard Road. Cheers, friends, cheers. For a fella like me, grew up on a dirt farm and took off to seek his fame and fortune, this is a no-brainer. Back in my memory, there's a scene I recall of a little rundown place back in the woods. My daddy never promised our blue moon would turn gold, but he laid awake nights wishing that it would. When the world was on our radio, hard work was on our mind, and we lived our day to day in dirt farm fashion. Old overalls and cotton balls strapped across my back, but I never did believe there was nothing wrong. Mama kept the Bible read, Daddy kept the family fed, and somewhere in between I must have grown. Sometimes I was dreaming that a song I was singing would take me away to where I longed to go. How could I know it's a long, hard road? Now sometimes I remember when I stay up late at night. When the sun came up, we got up and went. And in the shadow of a working day, our evening hours were spent singing songs along to Grandma's radio. Mama kept the Bible read, Daddy kept the family fed, and somewhere in between I must have grown. One night I was dreaming that a song I was singing take me away to where I long to go. How could I know it's a long, hard road? beating down an old blacktop road, sleeping in a sack, living in my memories, all in vain. Those big city lights ain't all that bright compared to what it's like watching lightning bugs dancing in the rain. Mama played the guitar then, I tried to play the mandolin, and the raindrops played the tin roof like a drum. Now I've been dreaming that a song I was singing would take me back to where my name is known. Now I'm gone, but it's a long, hard road. Mama played the guitar then, I tried to play the mandolin, and the raindrops played the tin roof like a drum. Now lately I've been dreaming that a song I was singing would take me back to where my name is known. I'm heading home, but it's a long, hard road. Boy, I got too many songs that talk about that thing about going back home and being away from home. Lonely river, roll on to the sea. And the song I wrote in New York City, my first trip up there. What was that one, Sherry? It was called Where the Night Lights Shine Bright in the City. They can lead a man a long, long way from home. Leave a wife and a newborn child on a gambler's prayer that I'll make the big time in New York City. Well, the sun shines in the morning, the rain falls most every afternoon. See the dreamers come and go like the winter winds that blow down the busy streets of New York City. When the day is done, I'll make my way down to that empty little second story room. I'll be wishing I was right back there in my front porch rocking chair and not here alone in the city. When the sun goes down in the city and the bright lights outshine the moon, I'll curse the lonely day and this dream that makes me stay in this cold city so far away from home. When the day is done, I'll make my way down to that empty little second story room. I'll be wishing I was right back there in my front porch rocking chair. That's where I belong, and I swear I'll be there soon. I wish I was right back there in my front porch rocking chair and not here alone in the city. Wrote that song a long time ago. When I graduated college in 1977, the first thing I did is went to New York City. I bullshitted my way into Jim Croce's producer's office. I told him I was the best thing since sliced bread. I was his next Jim Croce, and I'll give you 3 guesses how well it worked out. All right, we have a few requesters here. Let's do an Irish song. Our friend Brenda Hill down in Beaufort, South Carolina. She's requested this Irish song done by Tommy Makem and the Clancy Brothers. Many other people recorded it too. Thank you, Brenda. I hope all is well in Beaufort, South Carolina. Brenda, our friend there, Joanne Solsby, may be going to Ireland with us in October. We're still trying to work out the details. Let me know if you want to go with her. Out of Beaufort, South Carolina. Where am I? She wanted to hear Red as a Rose. This is a great old song. Tommy Makem and the Clancy Brothers. Tommy apparently Makem himself, a legendary song crafter and songwriter and performer. Apparently he learned this song from his mother, Sarah Makem, who knew the words to all of these unique and formerly unknown songs. It's called Red as the Rose, and thanks for the request. Cheers. Brenda, I would come see you in Beaufort, South Carolina, and I would say, you know what? With Beaufort and with Sun City so nearby, we should do another Irish festival. I would say that, but then my wife would look at me like she just now looked at me. She gave me a hairy eyeball that would choke a mule right over there, right across, right on the other side of the anyway, on the other side of the camera. She gave me a hello. I could cut you in your sleep, she said. Brenda and I did Irish festivals back in the day, and I was playing at Sun City not long ago. Some of those folks may be going with us in October.
She agrees with me.
Brenda is in agreement. Okay, good. Which is to say, I'm outnumbered. Welcome to my world. All right, guys. This is a song called Red as a Rose. Come over the hills, bonny Irish lass. Come over the hills to your darling. You choose the road, love. I'll take the vow, and I'll be your true love forever. And red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the Boyne. My love is fairer than any. Down by Killarney green woods that we strayed, and the moon and stars were shining, and the moon shone its rays on her locks of golden hair. She swore she'd be my love forever. And red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the Boyne. But my love is fairer than any. 'Tis not for the parting of my sister Kate. 'Tis not for the grief of my mother. 'Tis all for the loss of my bonny Irish lass. My heart is breaking forever. And red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the Boyne. My love is fairer than Red as the Rose. What a great song. Tommy Makem and the Clancy Brothers. Back in the day. Several other requests going here too, guys. Try to do some of these requests as we go. And one of them is for Robert Hutto. Wow. Wow. Jerry Richardson, what were you thinking? Cherry, apparently the Wendell boys are gathered at the cabin tonight, and so you can expect some trouble from them feckin' troublemakers. You know what I'm saying? They're a bunch of troublemakers, and I wish I was there. I wish I was there.
No, they're really nice
Anyway,
troublemakers.
yeah, they're nice troublemakers. Yeah.
David Walsh wants to know, do you ever do Garden Party by Ricky Nelson?
Garden
Walsh.
Party. David Walsh.
That's what he said.
David, what kind of a request is that from a fine Christian man? You know what I'm saying? What kind of a request is that? No, I don't know it. Well, yes, I do. I've been doing it for years. I'll see if I can do it for you, David. Meantime, here is a Robert Hutto song. Apparently tomorrow is his birthday. I haven't looked ahead to know that. Robert and I stay in touch a good bit now. Robert Hutto, great songwriter out of the low part of South Carolina, out of Holly Hill, South Carolina, actually. And of course, he spent all this time in Charleston. He spent all this time in Key West, spent time in this part of the world and that part of the world doing music. Great songwriter, great guitar player, super singer, super performer, but he's now retired, and due to his health, he's not performing at all. We were in touch with each other, and he said he's afraid someone might steal his guitar from wherever he's staying now, because well, Robert's a musician. He's been homeless his whole life. What do you call a musician who just lost his girlfriend? Homeless. Anyway, but Robert mailed me, USPS, U.S. Postal Service, mailed me his guitar. It came and landed on my front porch out of the clear blue sky. I said, hello. And it's sitting right over here. Anyway.
It's Kevin's birthday, not Robert's.
Oh, it's right. It's Kevin's birthday tomorrow. Okay, my bad. Good man, Kevin. It was good to see you the other night. I will do your Robert Hutto song. Kevin, we mailed you a copy of the gospel CD. I don't know if you got it. Ask him if you got it, Jerry. This is a Robert Hutto song. There is not one chosen lot. Life was not created for a few. Everyone can see the sun. Everyone sits on the sacred pew. Gentle as the ocean, smaller than the sand. Gentle as a Carolina sun. Gentle as a newborn child, longer than a country mile or two. Love will come to you. Love will come to you. Love is like a candle's light, lighting up your room. If you go too close, you know, you will block its view. So you can take your time. Being lost is not a crime. There's no rush to live or die. And once you realize love cannot be tempted, chased, or wooed, love will come to you. Love will come to you. Settle down, lose that frown. Things are never quite bad as they seem. Loosen up, but don't give up. You will find your dream. Love cannot be captured like a beast that roams the wild. Love cannot be borrowed, but also love cannot be forced upon someone who tries to force himself on you. But love will come to you. Love will come to you. Love will come to you. I don't know what I wouldn't give if I could write a song like that. That's a song. Wow. Let's play something happy. What do you say, Cherry?
Sure.
Doing all right?
Yeah.
Good, good, good. I have a whole list of songs here I was planning to do tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and every one of them is just as pitiful as the last one. So we shall play this one as if it were a happy song. We'll play this as if it had been a happy song. I was thinking about several things. This week we're going to Ireland with the Folk Legacy Trio guys and the Limelighters guys in October. And one of the guys who was in the original Limelighters was, of course, Glenn Yarborough. Glenn Yarborough. Baby, the rain must fall. Baby, the wind must blow, if you follow folk music. I did 2 albums whenever I had the recording studio. I did 2 albums on Glenn Yarborough, both of them Christmas albums. One was released, it was called Holiday Harbors, and it's hard to find. I have a copy, of course. But I also have the Master 16 or 24 track recording on the second one, which was never finished because Glenn never finished, re-sang the vocals to finish the second Christmas album, Glenn Yarborough. But we did all of these shows with Glenn when he was in town to do the recordings. The guy who was executive producer of the recordings was Ron Byers, and he also had a nightclub there called the Soft Rock Cafe, and he hired me and the band locally to back Glenn Yarborough, and this is one of the great songs that we did. And I think it's somebody's going to tell me who wrote Love's Been Good to Me. Love's Been Good to Me. That's the song I was going to sing tonight. Somebody's going to tell me who did that because I didn't look it up. Cheers. I have been a rover. I have walked alone, hiked 100 highways, never found a home. Still in all I'm happy. Reason is, you see, once in a while along the way, love's been good to me. There was a girl in Denver before the summer storm. Ooh, her eyes were tender. Ooh, her arms were warm. She could smile away the thunder, kiss away the rain. Even though she's gone away, you won't hear me complain. I have been a rover. I have walked alone, hiked 100 highways, never found a home. Still in There was a girl in Portland before the winter chill. We used to go a-courting along October Hill. She could laugh away the dark clouds, cry away the snow. It seemed like only yesterday is down the road I go. I have been a rover, I have walked alone, hiked 100 highways, but never walked alone. Still in all I'm happy. The reason is, you see, once in a while along the way, love's been good to me. Once in a while along the way, love's been good to me. Who wrote that song? Somebody out there is going to tell me, because I forgot to look it up. It might have been Rod McEwen, but it was one of those songwriters like that from the folk era.
Jane Les says Rod McEwen.
Rod McEwen. And Glenn Yarborough himself told me when we were doing that song and doing all these recordings together and spending time together, he said he's the one. Of course, Glenn liked to take credit for things, but Glenn said he was the one who convinced Rod McEwen to turn his poetry into songs. And of course, because they were songs, there was a lot more revenue to be made and this and that. And Love's Been Good to Me was a huge, big old hit record for a lot of different people. Probably the biggest one was Frank Sinatra. Love's Been Good to Me. What a great song. Now I got to play some of these other song requests. All the songs are happy tonight. Jerry Richardson wants to hear Gulf Coast Highway. I don't know if I can do that without my cheat sheet. I don't know. Gulf Coast Highway is a song that was written by Nancy Griffith and done by Nancy Griffith, and it was done by Nancy Griffith and Mac McAnally, if you know who Mac McAnally is. But it was written by Nancy Griffith and her keyboard player, Hooker is his name, Johnny Hooker, something Hooker, and her keyboard player, and another guy named Billy something, and he wrote Tulsa, Living on Tulsa Time for Don Williams, and played in Don Williams' band. Anyway, I can't remember all of the details, but this is a song by request for Jerry Richardson called Gulf Coast Highway. I put this on one of my recent albums because it reminds me so much of my mom and dad living on this, what used to be a dirt road out here, now a paved road, and growing their garden, and it reminded me so much of home and mom and dad. I recorded it on a recent album. Thank you, Jerry, for remembering that for me. Cheers. The name of the song is Gulf Coast Highway. Gulf Coast Highway, he worked the rails, he worked the rice fields, the cool dark wells, he worked the oil rigs in the Gulf of Mexico. The only thing we've ever owned is this old house here by the road. When he dies, he says he'll catch some blackbird's wing and fly away to heaven come some sweet bluebonnet spring. She walks through springtime when he's home. The days are sweet, the nights are warm, but the seasons change, the jobs would come, the flowers fade. This old house felt so cold when the work took him away. When she dies, she says she'll catch some blackbird's wing and fly away to heaven come some sweet bluebonnet spring. Highway 90, the jobs are gone. They tend their garden, they set the sun. This is the only place on earth bluebonnets grow. Once a year they come and go. This old house here by the road. When they die, they say they'll catch some blackbird's wing and fly away to heaven come some sweet bluebonnet spring. When they die, they say they'll catch some blackbird's wing and fly away to heaven come some sweet bluebonnet spring. Almost every time that we do our Monday night program, we do some songs from Ireland because we go to Ireland routinely, and we will be going to Ireland in October. We will be going to the northeast in Ireland. It will include Newcastle and the Antrim coast and Belfast and Derry and anyway. I said that to say I don't think I've played an Irish song tonight, except some that were recorded by Tommy Makem. But I shall do now an Irish song from the northeast in Ireland called
Red as the Rose already, didn't you?
I played Red as a Rose, and I played the Garden Song, which Tommy Makem recorded. But this is another song from the northeast in Ireland, a little song from Belfast, just to pick up the pace a little. In the old days, this was a skip a rope song on the streets of Belfast. The kids would sing this song as they would skip a rope in the street. Skip a rope. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They would skip a rope. And when they were old enough to go into the pubs, it became a pub song. You know, when they were 7, it became a pub song. When I go home, boys won't leave the girls alone. Stole my hair, stole my comb, that's alright till I get home. She's handsome, she's pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She's important one to me, she's gonna tell me who to see. Albert Moon, he says he loves her, all the guys are fighting for her. Knock at the door and a ring at the bell, oh my true love, are you well? Out she comes, white as snow, rings on the fingers and bells on the toes. Oh, in the Mary's house she'll die. Doesn't get the fella with the roving eye. Tell me, Mom, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Stole my hair, stole my comb, that's alright till I get home. She's handsome, she's pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She's a woman, 1, 2, 3. Please would tell me who is she? nice as apple pie. She'll get her own that by and by. When she gets a lead of her own, she won't mind when she goes home. Let them all come as they will, it's Albert Mooney, she was there. Tell me, Mom, when I go home, boys won't leave the girls alone. Pull my hair, stole my comb, that's alright till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She's a foot 1, 2, 3, please would you tell me who is she? Tell me, Ma, from Belfast City. What you got there, Mom?
Jeff Ryan wants to know if you know how to sing I Know Who Holds Tomorrow by Ira Stampfield, the gospel song.
No,
Yeah, I didn't think so.
don't know that one. My buddy Jeff in Augusta wanted to hear a gospel song, which I don't do. I played, my sister next door has pneumonia, or had pneumonia, and so she had to miss Sunday morning church, the early service, which is the traditional service. They have the early church, which is traditional with the old songs that we used to do all the time. And then they have a later church with the praise and worship and all of that stuff. But so I had to play that this past Sunday because she couldn't be there to play the piano. And then I had to do the nursing home thing that our church does once a month. And so I played any and every old gospel song I could think of. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. You have to be careful what songs you sing at the nursing home because, you know, they're fixing to fly away. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, and so am I. And so am I with any luck. Anyway. But I am going to do a gospel song at the end of the program tonight. But I'm going to do one more song from Northern Ireland before we get ourselves out of here for the night. This is one of the most famous ones out of what is today Northern Ireland. And today I had to go through all of the leftover foreign money that I have in my travel case, and I found out I have enough euros to make it for our trip in May. But I don't have enough pound sterling. And if you're going with us, by the way, now's the time to exchange your money because the exchange rate is much better now. Thanks to my buddy Daniel Kraft who told me about it. The exchange rate it's not even, but it's like $1.08 for a euro, and it's $1.20 something for a pound sterling earlier today. And it changes every day, of course. But so I may be going to get some more pound sterling soon because the exchange rate changes, you know, and with all the things that are happening in our government and our economy right now, now's the time to exchange your money if you're going with us in October. So I'm going to get some more pound sterling. I have some, but you know, people come to me all the time at my gigs, especially when I was playing in Savannah and St. Augustine and other places, and put money in my tip jar. Well, they may put money in there like Egyptian money. Well, it's 100,000 Egyptian whatever it is, 100,000, or something 20,000 something from Qatar or something, and who knows what that is. It could be worth a lot of money, and it could be worth nothing. But because I'm ignorant and I don't know. And I don't want to go online and find out, because then you're on the watch list. So I just keep that money at I got a bunch of that here at the house, and I don't know if it's worth anything or not. But you don't want to be on the watch list. I'll tell you that anyway. When you travel a lot. Where was I on the hit parade? Cherry, what was I going to do? I was going to do from the north of Ireland a song called "The Star of the County Down." Then we're going to get out of here. I'll do one gospel song and we'll get out of here. Near Bamberstown in the county down one morning last July, down a Boring Green came a fair Colleen. She smiled and she passed me by. She looked so sweet from her two bare feet to the sheen of her nut brown hair. Such a coaxing look, had to pinch myself to be sure I was standing there. Battery Bay to Derry Cave, Galway to Dublin town. No maid I seen that the sweet Colleen met in the county down. Battery Bay to Derry word sped, sure I shook my head. Look with the feeling rare. I says I to a passerby who's a maid with the nut brown hair. Smiled at me and he says, she's a gem of all Ireland's crown. Rose in McCann from the banks of the Bann, star of the county down. Bantry Bay to Derry Cay, Galway to Dublin town. No maid I seen like the sweet Colleen, I met in the county down. Bantry Bay to Derry Cay, Galway to Dublin town. No maid I seen like the sweet Colleen, I met in the county down. Harvest fair shoe, be shoulda there in a dress and my Sunday clothes. With my shoes shone bright and my hat cocked right for a smile from my nut brown rose. No pipe I'll smoke, no horse I'll yoke, till my plow with the rust turns brown. Till my darling bride by my own fireside sits a star of the county down. Bantry Bay to Derry Cay, Galway to Dublin town. No maid I seen like the sweet Colleen, I met in the county down. Bantry Bay to Derry Cay, Galway to Dublin town. No maid I seen like the sweet Colleen, I met in the county down. Thank you, friends. I'd like to thank very much my friends for tuning in near away and far away. There's a whole crew in Raleigh, North Carolina, Wendell, North Carolina, tuned in, and we have a whole crew in Charlotte, North Carolina, tuned in. Thanks, Pat and Vern and Jill and other people are tuned in doing this and that. Delighted to have you with us. I'm going to take a break after this next song. It's going to be a long one. Cheers, friends. Cheers. We always end this program with a gospel song because that's what we do in the South, the American South. This is a very old one. We've been singing my whole life in the old country church. And let's stay in touch, friends. Let's stay in touch. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting what we do. It's always fun, and I'm traveling so much less now. I just posted my schedule for April, and between you and me, April, May, June, July, I have almost no weekend work, and that's very much to my liking, I think. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to decide how much time I want to be at home because I've been on the road my whole life. But anyway, I'm going to be home a lot in the month of April and growing my garden and working in the yard and doing my thing and visiting with some friends. Then we're going to Ireland on a private thing in May. And let me know if we can get together and do something. If you want to do something, let me know. Here's a great old gospel song I've been singing my whole life. Thank you, friends. There's a land that is fairer than day, and by faith we can see it afar, while the Father waits over the way to prepare us a dwelling place there in the sweet by and by. We shall meet on that beautiful shore in the sweet by and by. We shall meet on that beautiful shore. We shall sing on that beautiful shore the melodious songs of the blessed, and our spirit shall sorrow no more. not a sigh for the blessing of rest in the sweet by and by. We shall meet on that beautiful shore in the sweet by and by. We shall meet on that beautiful shore. To our bountiful Father above, we will offer our tribute of praise for the glorious gift of His love and the blessings that follow our days. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. We shall meet on that beautiful shore. Thank you, friends. What a lovely compliment at the end of the program in the sweet by and by. What a great old gospel song. I'm going to take a break, friends. It's going to be a long one. I will be in Charleston tomorrow night on the Sullivan's Island. Country night with the fiddle player, the mandolin player, and the bass player. Doing country night at Dunleavy's Irish Pub, 7 o'clock. Tommy Condon's Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, downtown Charleston on Church Street. And then I'll be back home working in my garden after the rain has dried up enough for me to hoe some grass. All right, friends, we'll see you sometime soon. Be good to yourself. God bless our great country.